Hello, folks. You all know how modern methods and machinery have increased production and reduced hard work on the farm. In industry, the story is the same. Methods and machines are increasing the productive capacity of each man and reducing physical exertion to a minimum. In fact, automation has taken over many manufacturing processes. Here at the John Deere Plow Works, automatic machines are making high-quality plowshares at low cost. Important cash savings are passed on to you, the consumer. Let's go inside and watch this most modern setup at work. This share-building unit is an amazing combination of separate machines, coordinated by automatic handling devices designed by plant engineers. It occupies an area of 8,000 square feet. It produces 720 plowshares per hour. Each share is on the move 2 hours and a half from raw stock to packaging station. It all starts here, where high-grade steel stock is cut to proper lengths in a huge shear press. 22 tons of steel are fed into its jaws each day. On the other side of the press, the share blanks drop on a roller conveyor. They're on their way to be guided, lifted, heated, cooled, and processed automatically. They will travel 775 feet through the various stages of manufacture. Gravity carries the share blanks to a device which flips them and reverses their direction of travel. It's a simple operation, but it must be timed as carefully as a baler knotter to assure continuous production. The share blanks then slide between two sets of steel fingers mounted on an endless conveyor. The conveyor moves them into position for placement in the rotary furnace in the background. A four-fingered steel hand lays the shares on the revolving furnace table surface, and they're off to their first heat treatment of 2,300 degrees. This control panel for the furnace permits instant and accurate control of the heat. And here comes the red-hot share out of the furnace. A pair of tongs grabs the share and positions it in the die in the automatic forging machine. 250 tons of pressure squeeze the metal to the desired shape and punch the holes in one operation. The huge machine that does this job is complex, yet almost human in its functions. Men control the forging operation in comfort compared with the older hand-feeding methods. When the forging cycle is completed, an automatic handling mechanism reaches into the die and ejects the share to a conveyor slide, which transfers the share into the oil-quenched tank. Temperature of the share is 1,650 degrees as it hits the oil bath, which gives it toughness. These are the controls for the draw furnace, where the shares are tempered, following their removal from the oil bath. They will bake in a temperature of 840 degrees for an hour and 15 minutes. Shares are fed onto the top of this endless conveyor, which carries them through the 45-foot-long tempering furnace. And out of the furnace they come, 3 abreast, tempered just right for maximum resistance to both shock and wear. They drop off the conveyor at measured intervals, resulting in even spacing on the conveyor, which carries them to the next operation. Here, the still hot shares pass through a steel roller device under terrific pressure. Any imperfections in shape are corrected before the shares move on around the line. As the shares head for the grinding machines, an inspector makes a check to be sure they meet required quality standards. Such checks are made all along the line. At this point, the shares are assembled and then inserted into the fixtures which carry them through the grinding machines. 22 fixtures make up the straight-through conveyor unit. They are precision built because they must do a precision job. Shares are placed firmly in position and are held there by the clamping action of the fixture head. Let's look inside a grinder unit by means of an animated drawing. This is an end view of a share. The straight edge of the share must be ground to a bevel to fit snugly against the mold board. A straight edge won't do. Set at precise angles, two large wheels grind the bevel to 10 1/1000ths of an inch accuracy. Each requires a 100 horsepower motor. Accurate fit of the share is assured by this precision grinding of the bevel edge. A magnetized arm lifts the shares from the fixtures as they come from the grinding units and places them on the conveyor, bound for the next station. The grinding unit is a most important cost-reducing link in the automatic manufacture of plowshares. In no other way can a bevel be ground more accurately. The final stage before painting in production of these high-quality shares is finishing the surface. The conveyor carries them through a wheelabrator where tiny steel shot are bombarded against the surface of the shares with terrific force. Let's go inside through means of an animated drawing and see what happens. Two slinger heads, turning at high speed, throw the abrasive shot onto the share's front surface. With this finish, the shares take quick land polish in the field. And here are the finished shares coming out of the wheelabrator, ready for painting. This inspector makes sure each one is right before he hangs it on the endless conveyor hook that carries it to the paint bath. While the shares are getting a protective coating, let's have a look at some of the control stations in this share-making process, which assure high-quality performance in the field. Following each important process all along the production line, eagle-eyed inspectors and quality control experts check and double-check to be sure the shares meet the high standards required. You want perfect-fitting shares that do good work, last longer, and reduce your plowing costs. These men are the guardians of the quality you expect and get from John Deere. Out of the paint bath into the drying area come the completed shares. The conveyor carries them to the packaging machine, and here again, mechanization has speeded up a job that was slow and tedious by older methods. The folded carton is opened by mechanical fingers. One end is stapled automatically. 6 shares are inserted. And the other end is stapled shut, and another package of durable, dependable shares is on its way to your John Deere dealer's store. And that, friends, is a brief story of how John Deere uses automation to make high-quality plowshares at low cost to customers.
It is more or less tradition that we have an intermission, and we ask a little favor of you. We'd like to have you register because we'd like to know how you like the new equipment that you've seen at the show. If there's any special implement that you would like to see in a live demonstration that is absolutely free,